anyways, I hope you enjoyed the practice. I definitely did. It takes me every class on this course takes me to a different space and a different experience, and it's great to see it grow. Today's practice was about extending the flow state. So you extending the flow state by extending the exhale. So that's in a nutshell what we were doing during each of the steps of the class. We were focusing on body awareness. We started by aligning the body, and then breath awareness. And from the very beginning, we layered the 4 stages of the breath: the inhale, the pause, the exhale, and the pause. And last week we did softening both the start and the end of the inhale and the exhale. Whereas this week we went a little bit deeper into lengthening the inhale. So there was, to our movement, there was the soft start and the gentle finish. But now there was a lengthening. So we're going to into each of the starts, each of these parts of the exhale. We have the start, we have the finish, and we're opening them out a little bit more. And that extends the state. That extends the flow state. That it's like taking it's like putting a magnifying glass on anything and seeing on our breath and our movement. Well, in our case, because I don't want to be too vague. It's like taking a magnifying glass and putting it onto how you move and how you breathe, and allowing you to see each of the steps. And by allowing you to see each of the steps in the movement and the breath, you are tuning in. You're tuning into your body. You're tuning into your breath with a different level of awareness, with a different level of control, with a different level of openness. You have the ability to move more fluidly, to move in a more creative way, to move into a more controlled way, into a more spontaneous way, to move wherever the body takes you, and you can stay with it. So it's subtle. It's subtle body awareness and breath awareness. What the experience is not subtle at all. You feel the level of energy that you're getting out of the practice. I always feel that I'm putting in so little, and then it's like multiplied 100 times. I'm getting so much out of it, and halfway through the practice, it's like, wow, this is so strong, but it's so intense. Well, it's not. I'm not defeating myself in it, which is my goal as a practitioner. When I do any physical practice, I like it to be intense. I like to feel my whole body working in it. I like to feel that I'm growing in it physically, but more so energetically. Like, how much energy am I getting out of this? How much control am I getting out of this? How lighter do I feel after my practice? How open do I feel after my practice? And after today's practice, I feel particularly open. So it's great to see how a small thing can have an impact across the board in the practice. So extending the flow state is it's a way to get more refined into how we move. By more refining me, you're more tuned in. You're more in the zone in your body. Sometimes when I was doing the practice, what I felt was I would never do anything wrong in it because my body and my breath were just keeping me in the right place. So I was constantly extending that right space zone. I was constantly in the right space, and it was a great feeling to have because, you know, most of the times you're like, oh, am I doing it right? Am I correctly aligned? Is this here? Is this? There was never any doubt about that. I was constantly in the right place, and I was moving as much as my body wanted to, as much as my breath fueled it to. So I really felt them working together. So that was the rationale behind it. And as you noticed, the sun salutations were slower, but the momentum they had was quite big. Like I felt I was moving each muscle of my body in them. The same throughout the strengthening part of the class, and towards the cooling down, the final forward folds and twists. I felt I was moving my body in its whole integrity, and that's the exhale working its magic. The slower the exhale, the more control you've got over your core. It really brings you into your core. So when you're moving from your core, again, we're going back to what we discussed in the second or third week. So we're starting from the core and we're ending with the core. It's we're moving from our center and we're flowing from our center, and we're constantly having that sense of being in the one place. So the exhale does that. It brings us in the one place. Our mind is there as well. So it's the body there, the breath is there, the mind is there. It's the center, the physical center, the energetic center, and the mental center. And that is very powerful. It's very powerful, not only on the mat, as you might imagine, but also, you know, off the mat. Holding your ground and flowing it. So it's always going to bring something spontaneous. It's always going to feel strong, but you won't feel like you're pushing yourself into it. On the contrary, all you have to do is a small thing, small lengthening of the exhale, the softening of the transitions between the inhale and the exhale. That's all you have to do. It's a simple thing, but you stay with that simple thing, and the levels of energy, the levels of awareness, levels of presence, heightening of the senses, the heightening of the movement is just remarkable. So try it out every time you do a flow class. Just, you know, it's part of part and parcel, essential to extending the flow state. And that's it from me today. Again, thank you for joining me. I'll see you next time.